Hello and welcome to another video tutorial on my YouTube channel. On this tutorial I will show you how to crochet this gray baby mouse, which can be finished in less than an hour. It's super easy for beginners too. Please feel free to check my channel for many more free tutorials and subscribe if you liked it. So what we need to make this mouse: I'm using chenille blended yarn. You will need gray only, a 5mm crochet hook, needle, pair of scissors, a stitch marker, 8mm safety eyes, stuffing, and you will also need black and pink thin yarn or thread to make the face. And optional, I'm going to use this glue to add the safety eyes. You can use also hot glue or any other glue that you like. So what stitches you need to know? They are very simple and basic ones. You need to know how to make a magic ring, single crochet, slip stitch, decrease, and increase. If you don't know any of them, check the box down below for a video tutorial. So let's get started. We're going to start from the top to the bottom, and then we will make the ears and the tail. So take your gray yarn and start with a magic ring, magic circle. I like to do it this way. You can do it however you know and like. Okay. So for row number 1, we're going to make 6 single crochets into the magic circle. By the way, I'm going to use yarn under and then yarn over. You can just use regular way, yarn over and yarn over. Doesn't really matter. Just go as what you know. So let's start. 6 single crochets into the magic circle. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Take the end of the yarn and pull not too tight, so it will be easy for us to go into the first stitch of the next row. So we finished row 1 and we have 6 single crochets around. Now you take your stitch marker and put it into the last stitch that you made, this one here. Okay. This way we know where is our last stitch of the row. Now for row 2, we're going to make 6 increases. So you go into the first stitch, and you're going to make an increase. Which means 2 single crochet into the same stitch. So that's 1 and 2 into the same stitch. So that's 1 increase. Go into the next stitch and make an increase. That's 2. Next stitch, increase. That's 3. Next stitch, make an increase. That's 4. next stitch, increase. So that's 5, and for the last increase you're going to take out the stitch marker and make an increase into this last stitch of the row. Okay, so now we finished row 2 and we have 12 single crochets around. Now you take your stitch marker and put it back into the last stitch that you made. Okay, for row 3 we're going to make single crochet into the first stitch and then an increase into the second stitch for total 6 times until we get to the stitch marker. So into the first stitch make a single crochet, second stitch is an increase. That's one time. Let's do it one more time together. Single crochet in the next stitch and an increase into the next stitch. So we finished twice. Now you keep doing 4 more times until you get to the stitch marker. You just do single crochet in the next, increase in the next, single crochet in the next, increase in the next. I will meet you before I finish the row. I'm about to finish the row. For last stitch you take out the stitch marker and make an increase. So now we finished row 3 and we have 18 single crochets around. Take your stitch marker and put it into the last stitch. For row number 4 we're going to make single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch and an increase into the third stitch for total 6 times until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do it twice together. Single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch and an increase into the third stitch. So that's one time. Let's do it one more time together. Single crochet in the next, single crochet in the next, increase into the next stitch. So that's twice. You keep going, single crochet, increase all the way around until you get to the stitch marker. I will meet you before I finish the row. I'm about to finish the row. Last stitch you take out the stitch marker and you're going to make an increase. Okay, so we finished row number 4 and we have 24 single crochets around. Now take your stitch marker and put it back into the last stitch. Now we're going to make for the next 4 rows 24 single crochets in each row, which means single crochet in each stitch around. That will be for total 4 rows. So let's do one row together and then you go and do 3 more. So into the first stitch make a single crochet, next stitch single crochet, next stitch single crochet, next stitch single crochet, next stitch single crochet. Just continue like that all the way around until you get to the stitch marker, and I will meet you before I finish the row. About to finish the row, take out the stitch marker and make the last single crochet. So we finished row number 5 and we have 24 single crochets around. Take back the stitch marker into the last stitch that you made. Now we keep going 3 more rows, 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and I will meet you before I finish the 3rd row. So I'm going to finish now the 3rd row. last stitch, take out the stitch marker and just make a single crochet. Take back your stitch marker into the last stitch that you made, and now we have total 8 rows, so we finish the row number 8 and we have 24 single crochets around. Now for row number 9 we're going to start decreasing. So what we're going to do in this row, single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch, and then a decrease for total 6 times until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do it twice together. Single crochet into the first stitch, single crochet into the second stitch, and decrease. I'm going to make an invisible decrease. You can do it the regular way, but I do want to show you how I do the invisible decrease. So you go into the front loop only of the next stitch, straight into the front loop only of the next stitch, go through, yarn over, go through 2. That's an invisible decrease. So we did total 1 time. Let's do it one more time together. Single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, and a decrease. I'm doing invisible one. Okay, so you did it twice. You keep going all the way until you get to the stitch marker. Just do single crochet, decrease all the way around. I will meet you before I finish the row. So I'm about to finish the row. For the last decrease I need to take out the stitch marker and finish the row with a decrease. Okay, now we finished row 9 and we have 18 single crochets around. Now we're going to put the safety eyes and also to fill with stuffing. So you pull your hook like that and take it out. Make sure you take your stitch marker and put it back into the last stitch that we made. Okay. Now we're going to take our safety eyes and we're going to put them between rows 5 and 6. So let's count together. Okay. So you go to the top and you can see here the first row, this circle. So that's 1. You go down to this one, that's 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So you want to insert the eyes between rows 5 and 6, which means this row. So you take one eye and you put it anywhere in this row. Now you're going to count stitches to the side. Here you can see those little holes if you pull from the inside with your finger. So that's 1 stitch, that's 2 stitches, and you put your second eye into the 3rd stitch here. I hope you could see it well. And now you can close with those washers. I'm not going to use them. I'm going to use this glue. So I'll just stick them and I'll be back. Okay, I finished with the eyes. Now you're going to take filling fiber, the stuffing, and put inside. Okay, for now that's enough. At the end of the next row I will put some more. Okay, now we can go back and continue. So we finished row 9 and we have 18 stitches around. For row number 10 we're going to make single crochet into the first stitch and then a decrease for total 6 times until we get to the stitch marker. Let's do it twice together. So single crochet into the first stitch and then decrease. So that's one time. Let's do it one more time together. Single crochet in the next stitch and decrease. Sorry. Okay. So we finished twice. Now you keep going all the way until you get to the stitch marker. Just do single crochet decrease all the way around, and I will meet you before I finish the row. I'm about to finish the row. For the last decrease we're going to take out the stitch marker and make the decrease. Okay. So now we finished row 10 and we have 12 single crochets around. Now you take your stitch marker and put it into the last stitch that we made. Okay. Now for last row, row number 11, we're going to make 6 decreases. Oh, but before that I'm going to put some more stuffing. Just make sure it feels well and enough. Okay. So now you go back and just make 6 decreases until you get to the stitch marker. So let's do it twice together. So that's one decrease. That's decrease number 2. You keep going decreases all the way around until you get to the stitch marker. I will meet you once I finish the row to show you how to finish off. Okay, so I just finished the row and we have 6 stitches around. What we're going to do now is finish off. How you do it? You take your hook into the next stitch and make a slip stitch. Okay, now you chain 1 and you're going to cut your yarn, leaving tail, so the end of the yarn will be the tail for the mouse. So approximately like that here. That should be enough. So now you pull. Okay. That's how it looks like for now. What we're going to do now is close this little hole that's left for us. So you take your needle and what we're going to do now is we go into the front loop of each stitch of those 6 stitches, from the outside into the inside. Let's do it together. So you go into the first one, only the front loop, and you pull. Into the second stitch, front loop only. That's 2. Next, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you're going to pull tight. And now you want to find the right place for the tail. So if that's the front, you want to put it on the other side, approximately here. Okay. So with your needle, you just go into the body and out of the body where you want your tail to be. And you pull. So this is our tail. Now we want to go and do the ears. And then we will add the face. So for the ears, you're going to take again the gray yarn and make a magic circle. And for row number 1, we're going to make 7 single crochets into the magic circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, my color just finished. Okay, you take the end of the yarn and you just pull like that. So we finished row number 1 and we have 7 single crochets around. You take your stitch marker and put it into the last stitch. I'll be right back. I'm going to bring another color. I'm sorry, my gray color finished. I'm going to continue with this color, but for you it doesn't matter. You just continue regular with the gray one. So we finished row 1 and we have 7 single crochets around. For row 2, we're going to make 7 increases until you go to the stitch marker. So you go into the first stitch, well, okay, got it, and you're going to make an increase into the first stitch. Okay, so that's one increase. Into the next stitch, make an increase, that's 2. Next stitch, make an increase, that's 3. Next stitch, make an increase, that's 4. Next stitch, increase, that's 5. Next stitch, increase, that's 6. And for the last one, you take out the stitch marker and you're going to make an increase into this last stitch. Okay, so we finished row 2 and we have 14 single crochets around. Now we're going to finish off. Just slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 1 and cut the yarn, leave tail to sew it to the head. Now you pull, and that's one ear. Ugly, but not to worry, it's only for the tutorial. So now you go and make one more of this, just the same. Make a magic ring, do 7 single crochets inside the magic ring, and then for row 2 make 7 increases for total 14 stitches around. Then you finish off. I will meet you when I have 2 ears. Okay, I just finished the 2 ears. What I'm going to do now is sew them up into the head. So first, you find the right place you want it to be. Like that. Oh well, first take your needle and now you go and place it like that. So you leave the other one and you're going to sew it like that. You take your needle inside the head exactly where you want it to be and you bring it out 1 stitch next, like that. Every time make sure it stays at the right place. Okay, now from the back you're going to go into the next stitch of the ear and bring it in and out from the other side. Now you pull and again make sure that it stays in place. Okay, into the head and out of the head. And pull. I think one more. Into the next stitch of the ear. And pull. And last time into the head. And you can just take it out from a different place, pull like that. So that's one ear. Now you take the second one. And also this you're going to place first. Just here. And now you take your needle straight into the head. And out of the head and pull. Like that. Now you bring it into the next stitch of the ear. And pull out. Into the head and out of the head on the other side. Pull. And one more time into the next stitch of the ear. Pull and go through the head and get it out from the same place that you took out the first ear, I'm sorry. Okay. That's how it looks like for now. Now you turn it over and do 2 knots with those 2 tails from the yarn. Make it tight. Now you can cut and hide it with the end of the needle, with the back of the needle, like that. You will have this left also in here. I already cleaned this one. So what you're going to do, just take the end of it into the needle and just hide it between the stitches. And just take it out. And cut it off. Okay, now we're going to use the black thin yarn, and you take your needle. I'm going to use now this needle, it really doesn't matter, and you're going to count 1 stitch right from the right ear, and then we're going to do okay, take your needle into the body approximately here. Now you take it out over here, which is 1 stitch right from the right eye, and you're going to pull like that. Now approximately here you're going to take back the needle into the head and out. Approximately here, and pull. Now again you're going to go into the head like that, so here would be good. Now you take your needle and bring it out here 1 stitch left from the left eye, and you're going to pull like that. Okay, now needle into the head approximately here and out here. Let's check it out, how it looks. Not the best, but fine. If it doesn't work good for you, you can just take it out and do again. Now next you just bring it inside the head here. And you take out from the same place we started. Like that. Pull, not too tight. Okay, that looks good now. Take those 2 and make 2 knots. 1 and to cut and hide it to the end of the needle, like that. Now we're going to use the pink yarn. We're going to start from here, and we're going to take it out of one stitch on the right side of the left eye and pull. Now you want to go inside the head with the needle approximately here and out in here, like that. Pull. Now you're going to make an X like that and bring it through. Then out of the same place we started, that's here. Now you pull like that. There you go. Now you can make 2 knots. One and 2. Now you cut the yarn and hide it inside with the end of the needle, like that. So there you go, here is our mouse. Thanks for watching. I hope it helped you and you liked it. See you in the next tutorial.